Welcome to Sports Desk. I'm Paul on the ball, and we're here to have a very exciting evening with you. A group of guys that I'm very happy to have on here with me. First of all, the president of the BVI Cricket Association, Mr. Sean Mohammed. Along with him is his PRO, Mr. Gordon French, and they have brought the champion manager of the league, Miss Tamika Johnson Oliveira. And good evening, lady and gentlemen.
Good evening to you.
A pleasure to have you here this evening. Obviously, we're here to talk cricket. I don't suppose we're going to be talking West Indies cricket tonight. We're going to stick locally where it's more exciting.
It's more important.
And more important too. So tell us why we're here. What's happening in cricket?
Well, you know, on Sunday, the Digicel 2020 League game will commence. We have divided the teams into two zones. A Division 2 team where they will play round-robin competition, and the winner will join the Division 1 team, which will then play a round-robin game again, and the top two will play for the finals. This year we find it very interesting. We have two new entrants, which is very exciting for us. The 7 Days Adventist team and Rotong Wholesalers also join. Cool. So we're quite pleased that the interest in cricket is well alive in the Virgin Islands, and that the number of teams participating is going from strength to strength.
Now, I noticed that the format is slightly different to last year, and it sounds more exciting. What was the thought process behind that?
Well, very simple. We felt that we wanted to have, there's some teams that are not as strong as others, and we felt that those teams that perhaps, the weaker teams should perhaps play among themselves, and the top team should join the 5 ranked teams, so that you have a more competitive games going into the final stages. So I think that makes better sense, and also the Division 2 teams get to play more games than they would have played under the traditional format.
Okay, excellent. Now we have the PRO along with us, Mr. Gordon French. Gordon, tell us a bit of what we can expect this year in the league, and why should fans come out to watch the games?
Paul, good evening. I want to thank you for inviting us here, and good night to your viewers. Yes, the Digicel 2020 League is going to be very exciting this year. We know Digicel, who is not here tonight, but they will definitely be out there to have the top-ups going. They're going to have a lot of giveaways, and it's going to be very exciting for fans. Now, it starts on March 9th at the Greenland Recreation Grounds. We also would have a lot of food and drinks on sale, and we also be having the bouncy rides and so forth. It's a family entertainment event. While we have cricket going on, there will be a lot of other things taking place. There will be raffles and so on. But importantly, I want the residents to know that there will be a $3 entrance fee this year. That is to go towards the cricket development in the BVI. We're trying to develop the youth cricket. And so that money collected at the gate will go towards cricket development. I don't think people should complain too much about having to pay $3.
Well, actually, yeah, sorry. I was pleased to hear that we're charging at the gate. I think it leads more prevalence to the game itself, and and certainly people should want to give back in some way. And if they aren't going to be giving back in the youth program, they can give back by just giving a couple of dollars certainly at the gate. So I think that's kudos to the association.
Yes, and one of the things you want to notice that on March 9th, when the league opens.
That's this Sunday, of course.
This Sunday, of course. No, this Sunday.
Let's make it clear. It's not going to be 3 weeks away.
It is March 9th. Now, we have Rotong Wholesale will play against Grenada at 10 a.m. And then we have one of the newer teams, 7 Day Adventists, will play the Warriors in the afternoon. Now, every Sunday, there are going to be 2 games, right? One will be played at 10 a.m. and the other at 2 p.m. And this format of cricket is very exciting. It's 20 overs each team gets to face, and it's fast-paced. A lot of balls are going to be hit, a lot of boundaries and sixes, and so the fans will be on their feet and they'll be jumping because it's exciting cricket. There's a lot of things will be going on that field, and they have to pay attention. And so that's why the 2020 is so exciting. It's very short, and fans could expect to see quality batting and quality bowling from the teams. I know St. Vincent is itching to go back and reclaim the title. I know they came up short a few years against Cavaliers. Cavaliers, by the way, they are 4-time champions.
Yes.
And so they dethroned Cavaliers. Not an easy feat, but they did it. They've included a few players like Maxwell Pipe from Virgin
No,
Gardens. So they're ready to go.
God, I'm not going to let you steal the thunder from Tamika Johnson, Olivia, who we have here. She is the manager of the Vincies, and I'm not going to allow Gordon to steal her thunder.
I don't intend to.
Yeah, so Tamika, you are the reigning champion. Tell us, what it was like to defeat four-time champions Cavaliers, and what do you guys have in store for the fans this year?
Well, Cavaliers is a strong team, and in the past, Cavaliers haven't beaten us. We have beaten ourselves. We were lacking discipline in some areas.
I like that.
We had pulled our stocks together, and we have corrected our mistakes, and we are ready.
Well, you see, you just killed my next question because I was going to ask you what it is you all do special. you took it. So you guys basically just observed Cavaliers, saw what they did wrong, and corrected yourselves, basically.
Yes, we did.
So some of the players you have in your team, who can we look forward to this year?
We have Maxwell Pipe, we have Montgomery Butler, we have Kenrick Leslie, and we have a lot of good other players.
Okay, but some of the old stars are there.
Some of our bowlers like Maury Oliver and Toby Xavier. We have some good bowlers. We have some good all-arounders too.
Excellent. For those of you who don't know, Maxwell Pipe actually played in the English county cricket in 2013. So he's played at the highest level of cricket. Near to the highest level anyway. In the UK. In between stints of playing locally. So we've got guys that have played at a very high level.
Certainly a couple of players that played in the Leeward Islands tournament, Ben DeFreitas, Maxwell Pipe. So I think that it lends itself to having a good tournament in 2014.
Now for the folks who are watching, if you want to know, you can give us a call. The number to call is 547-3146, 547-3146. You want to give us a call or send a text. We'll be happy to take your calls in this evening. You're listening to Sports Desk. I'm Paul the Ball. Along with us is the president of the BVI Cricket Association, Mr. Sean Mohammed. Along with him is the PRO, Mr. Gordon French, and the 2013 champions, the Vinci team, and it's Miss Johnson Olivier here with us, Tamika. Guys, let's remind folks again what the league, when the league starts, and what they can expect, Mr. President.
Well, the league starts on March 9th. This year we have asked Digital to be more to play to get more involved in the game as a whole, to engage the fans, and they have graciously agreed to do so. Gordon made mention before of the phones, the top-up. We're going to perhaps have new categories for raffle prizes, for example. Fans that catches the ball gets the name entered in the special draw for the finals. So Digital intends to make this a very family-oriented event as well. So I think there'll be good cricket and there'll be good entertainment on the sidelines as well.
Okay, I was just about to get to Sean on that actually when you talked about the some of the prizes that Digital is offering. I noticed that Sean is displaying Digital with his red shirt this evening. So I was going to ask him to give us some of the giveaways. The president mentioned one. Are there any other giveaways that you have listed or anything else that Digital is offering?
From what I know, Digital is offering a lot of giveaways, and I think they're trying to not to give everything at once. So the first day you wouldn't get all the giveaways.
Understandably.
But rest assured, the phones are going to be there. One of the important things that the president just mentioned is we want to involve the fans more, and so one of the important or the key promotion would be if you catch the ball. So fans have to pay attention too. So if they catch the ball and the ball is hit for 6, then the name get entered into a special draw, and then they're entitled to win one of the newer phones. This is a smartphone I think they want to give away. But I want to remind Paul that the league starts on March 9th, which is Sunday, and the first 2 games will feature Rotem Wholesale, which is a new entrant into this league, and Grenada. And at 2 p.m. we have Seventh-day Adventists versus Warriors. And then on March 16th is Seventh-day Adventists versus Rotem Wholesale and Grenada versus Warriors. And there are some other games going on in the schedule. The finals is set for May 25th. And so you have at least 2 months of exciting cricket. You can't afford to miss it.
Just had a text come in just now, and the caller is asking, could you give them a name of all the teams that are participating in the league this year?
Okay, certainly. We have Rotang Wholesale, Grenada, Seventh-day Adventists, Warriors. We have Jamaica, Cavaliers, Vinci, New Testament Church of God, and Vikings. Those are the teams, 9 teams participating this year in this league.
Have you found that, maybe the president can take this and he might know better, or anyone, have you found that, I've noticed you've mentioned Grenada, Jamaica. Is it very nationalistic? Per team you find, maybe when Jamaica's playing, you find more Jamaicans are coming out, or how have you found it? Is it been that sort of a tournament, or is it just?
I think initially it's sort of started out that way, but the game has evolved and the general interest in cricket is widened out. So fans are interested in coming to and watch a good game. And I remember for the finals, I was told, I wasn't there, unfortunately I missed it, but we had nearly 500 persons watching the finals. So, and that was Vinci versus Cavaliers. So I think that, generally speaking, fans come out no matter which country or where they're from, they come to support the game of cricket.
Defending champions, what of your supporters, who are mainly Vinci supporters?
We have a lot of Vinci for sure.
Well, I know there's a lot of Vincis around.
Yeah, but almost people from all over support Vinci. People was anxious to see Vinci win a tournament because they always get so far, and then they never make it to win a tournament. This was their first win, so I think a lot of people was excited to see that Vinci win.
I'm going to put you on the spot here a bit, Tamika. She said to me, make sure whatever I do, don't put you on the spot tonight. So I'm going to put you on the spot. Why? She says, oh God. Let's tell me, what do you think Vinci has to do to win this year? And do you think that they can dethrone, well, I'm saying dethrone because of their 4-time defending champions until last year. Do you think they would be able to hold off the might of Cavaliers, who are obviously going to be coming back hard at you guys this year?
Yes, I do. I do think we would regain championship this year. Cavaliers, as I said in the past, Cavaliers never beat Vinci. We beat ourselves.
Right. So really and truly, Cavaliers on the way down and Vinci's on the way up.
Yes.
You heard it from the horse's mouth here.
Yes.
You're listening to Sports Desk. I'm Paul on the ball. Along with me is the president of the Cricket Association, Mr. Sean Mohammed. Along with him is his PRO, Gordon French, and the champion team for 2013, the Vincis, and their manager, Miss Tamika Johnson Oliveira. We're going to take a pause for a cause to thank our sponsors. When we get back, more cricket, and of course we have along with us some guys that are going to give us some real deep insights on the cricket. So stick and stay. Paul on the ball. We'll be right back after a word from us.
Sports Desk is sponsored by Lime, the better, faster 4G network.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm Paul on the ball, and we've had some new additions with us. We have, of course, still have along with us is the president of the BVI Cricket Association, Mr. Sean Mohammed. Along with him is Mr. Hugo Wong, who is a cricket enthusiast and also a member of the youth arm of cricket. And along with him is a young man who will have to introduce himself because we're so busy talking. We didn't take his name. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Jacob Adolphus. I represent the Seventh-day Adventist team, one of the new teams in the league.
The Seventh-day Adventist connection.
Okay.
Great. So we'll call you Adolphus
No problem.
to keep things safe.
No problem, no problem.
So Adolphus, as we have you here, tell us a bit, what brought the Seventh-day Adventists, you said?
Yes,
out
yes.
for the cricket. I didn't even know that they had enough people and they play cricket.
Well, we have a big congregation anyhow.
Yes,
but
of course.
What happened is that some of the guys who attend our church played on some of the teams last year, and because of that, some of us saw the interest in bringing a team to the competition. Hence the reason why we have now entered into the competition, a team from the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Okay, great. Well, also along with this is Hubert Wong. I think I just called you Hugo there. I think that song Hugo is still in my mind. But Hubert, I guess I have to call it, as long as with being involved in the youth program now, you're also very much a cricket analyst, and I've got a great background as far as this is one of the gentlemen that worked with Shivnarayan Chandrapal and
Sarwan.
Ramnaresh Sarwan when they were youngsters. Tell us a bit about how you see cricket here, and you know, just give it a bit of your insight.
Well, I mean, I'm excited about cricket. I've always been a huge fan of the game. You know, I've played a lot of cricket as a younger man, and then when I got involved in administration of cricket at the club level in Guyana, from where I originate. And it was at the club level that we decided about 20-something years ago that we would take the training of cricketers to a more formalized level. So what we did at my club in Guyana was to establish what I like to refer to as the first cricket academy in the Caribbean. You know, when I say this, a lot of people, you know, they're like, oh, I said yes. The Maltese Cricket Club, some people in the BVI are familiar with the Maltese Cricket Club in Guyana. We established the first cricket academy in the Caribbean, and Ramnaresh Sarwan was our first outstanding graduate. The first year we did it in 1993 when I went back to Guyana after having lived in the States for a number of years, where I also played cricket with the Atlantis Cricket Club. You know, people like Carlisle Miller, former West Indies cricketer, Winston English, you know, those kinds of guys. The fast bowler from Barbados, I can't remember his name, he nearly knocked our heads off on that matting wicket, you know. But, you know, I've been involved in cricket, I've been in the administration of cricket, and there are a few things which you share wherever you play cricket. One of them is the commonality. One of them is the communion, the community that it creates. You know, cricket is one of those games which not only brings together players, but it also brings together the community, as the president and the PR from the association has been saying. You know, cricket is a game where you can proactively target the community. And if it is organized in a particular manner, and the BVI, in my mind, is one of those communities where it's a national community where if we were to introduce cricket in an organized manner throughout the community, rather than just targeting the adults, I feel that the benefits of organizing cricket at a youth level in this community can do so much to help us to mitigate some of the issues that we are facing in the community. I mean, we have to face it. One of the growing issues in the BVI is this whole question of what we are going to do with the energies of the young people. Now, we all know that with a workforce that has at least 65% of people who come from the Caribbean, we know that we have a pool of people out there who, if we tap into them in a particular way, we can mobilize them, and we can stream those energies in a way that would redound in a positive way, not only to the young people themselves, but to the community.
Right, and also just to remind folks, I mean, those for the younger folks who might not know, but in the 1940s, you know, cricket was the main sport that was being played here. So a lot of the older generation before our generation, Sean, the only sport that they really knew and grew up with was cricket. So, you know, it's already, and today cricket, the BVI is a melting pot of people, as you're saying. So, you know, cricket will fall back into place naturally, and with the CPL now coming back in, which is now Caribbean professional cricket, now falling into place. You know, it won't be long before, you know, there'll be Virgin Islanders, young Virgin Islanders, the next generation, playing in the CPL, which will be, we talk about sports tourism, it will be the ideal sports tourism for the BVI.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get carried away with that now. We'll have to bring it up for another program, and otherwise the president will kill me. The president is here to let the folks know that there is a league starting. President, let us know again, when is that league starting and what we can expect?
The league is going to start on March 9th. The first game is
Rotan Wholesale.
Rotan Wholesale. Senior moment.
Don't worry, the PR, that's a PRO's job. That's a PRO's job.
7 Days Adventist versus Will Hughes. But what I found interesting this year, Paul, is that you might have noticed that there's no Virgin Garda playing this year.
Yes.
There's no team from the police. I'm told this is the first time ever.
Yes.
But interestingly, though, I know to me there's some interesting prospects in that Grenada, for example, has been able to co-opt some of these stronger players from those teams not participating. So I think it's going to be interesting.
Yes.
I mean, Vinti, for example, has Pipe playing for them. Pipe traditionally plays for Virgin Garda. So,
that's right.
So they're going to be, the teams that are now participating even stronger than they were last year and the previous years.
Oh.
So I think, you might get a little bit of surprise.
So you mean the Vincy's run and jump Maxwell Pipe? So they run Maxwell Pipe. No wonder my good friend Tamika is so confident she's going to win. No, you can't answer now. You're not on here. You can't answer. You're somewhere out in microspace right now. You can't answer.
Microspace.
We can have some upset this year.
Well, it seems that way. Well, I'm hoping the 70 Adventists, my good friend the Adolphus is going to do some upsetting this year.
Yes, we plan to, and along with having young cricketers, as we were speaking earlier about the junior cricket, we have maybe one of the youngest player on the competition this year. He's just about 12 years old.
Wow, you have a 12-year-old playing in your team. Okay, well, that's interesting. We'll talk about it out. That's interesting.
He came up to the challenge, so
okay,
and he wanted to play. So we decided, well, okay, well, you want to play? I think he was in Guyana for about a year.
Right.
And he played down there for a year, and so he's back here now. So and he wants to play. So
okay, so he's played at senior cricket before, has he?
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. Certainly, we'll have a look at that.
Yeah.
I know Hubert and I for sure will have a look at that.
I'm very excited to see the young man.
Yeah, extremely excited. It could be another Chandra Paul. You never know. At 14, Shiv was playing senior cricket.
Yes.
So you never know.
And that could also help with encouraging the younger children.
Yes, a
Yeah,
role
well,
model.
certainly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we can use him in the youth program.
Yes.
So like we're gonna have a look at this 7-day Adventist team a little closer, Hugo.
Well, I'm going to be there on Sunday.
Well, of course, we both will. So let's remind the folks again Sunday. I know I've got to keep on saying it, but for those who just turned on, let's remind them again.
Match 9. The first game starts at 10
This Sunday.
on Sunday, and the second game starts at 2 p.m. And we expect a good start to the league.
Tell us a bit of how the 7-day Adventist team formed and why you decided, what motivated the 7-day Adventists to bring out a team this year?
Well, what happened is that last year, one of our pastors, he played for one of the Jamaican teams. And he loved cricket. He used to play cricket from Antigua. And
Yes, I know it is.
Yes, so he enjoyed it. And he told us that maybe this year we should bring in a team. What happened is that last year he was transferred out of the BVI.
Oh.
So he's now working in St. Thomas. But he's also part of the team.
So he'll
So
travel over?
he will come across and
So we have an overseas.
Overseas
Overseas base.
important players.
So we need to find out now, check the rules, how much you're paying him to come into play. Good stuff. So again, back to you, Hugo. Again, we want to pick your brain a bit here. Your feelings on what difference would it make in the BVI if we got a vibrant youth team here playing, and what sort of ages should we be looking at?
Well, there's already the kiddie cricket, the Scotiabank kiddie cricket, and I think that is an excellent starting point for us to build at 3 levels. You build consciousness of the importance of the game. You create a new mindset where the youngsters are excited about an activity that is organized. They have something to do. They have a channel within which they can pour their energies, because we know that's one of the big problems. That is my primary concern. What are we doing with the energies of the young people? And thirdly, they can provide the breeding ground that will feed into the other competitions. So, for instance, the 12-year-old who is playing for the 7-day Adventist team, I'm excited about hearing about him, because I'm immediately seeing somebody who could probably be one of the role models for the youngsters, his peers. And then if he is talented, he can. I see captain.
Yes.
I see captain.
Absolutely.
Because if he's played in places like Guyana, if he's played in, I don't know where else he's played, but the fact that the team has enough confidence to bring in a 12-year-old means that he has to have some talent. He has to have the potential. And if a 12-year-old can go out there, I'm sure that there are other 12-year-olds and younger than he is and older than he is who will say, hey, if he can do it, we can do it too. I really, really feel strongly about the fact that we must get the youngsters involved, because if we don't get the youngsters involved, the system will be bereft of that feeder system that we need to create sustainability in the game and growth and development. So I think that getting the young people involved is absolutely critical. And I'll tell you something I was thinking about when I was coming over here. One of the things I was thinking about is that there are corollary games. Table tennis, for instance. When I was an active cricketer, one of the games that I used to practice, I used to play to sharpen my cricketing skills was table tennis. Reflexes. I feel it at gully and the slips. I mean, I've got the scars to show for it. But here you can take the cricket game, and you can extrapolate from the cricket game into other games like table tennis, for instance, which we can then grow into a national sport.
Yes.
So I'm excited about using cricket as the breeding ground, not only for the development of cricket but for the development of other activities.
Yeah, and Sean, one of the things that a lot of people don't realize, and again, maybe you can agree or disagree with me, is that the youngsters are looking for something to do. And not every child is going to want to play basketball, not every child is going to want to play football, not every child is going to want to play rugby.
Yes.
They're going to want to do different things.
That is how the BVI sees it as well. That not every child can be a superstar for basketball or softball or something. So we believe that some of these kids out there have natural talent. We just need to gear that energy and steer it in the right direction. And so that's something, as you know, the BVIC is going to be working very hard in 2014. And incidentally, Mr. Wong here is going to play a part in this process, including yourself.
Yes.
Because we too have recognized that if this sport is to have a future, we have to start building from the grassroots level all the way up. So that's going to be a very important focus. And we're looking for other private partnership as well. We're quite happy that Rotong Wholesale has decided to partner with the Cricket Association for this tournament. We hope that they will get more involved at the youth level as well. Najiko will be there as well. So, so to me the future looks bright. It's just a matter of us putting our heads together, coming up with the right framework, and to get the older players to play a part in steering cricket in the right direction for the young people of the Virgin Islands.
And in the words of C.L.R. James, he spoke in one of the books that he wrote about seeing youngsters in different parts of the Caribbean as he drove through, seeing a child holding a bamboo stick or whatever he had in his hand, and it was batting like Viv Richards. The young fella throwing like a Callaloo or something like that, and bowling like Holden and Roberts, one of these guys. Never seen them in their life. So that in itself speaks so that the natural talent is there. Yes. But we're in the timing of the clock. So, Mr. President, I'm going to give you the last word. Again, you can remind the folks.
Yes, well, I would like to encourage the general public to come out and support cricket. It's cricket in my mind is still at that crossroad, and it requires support. So I want to encourage you to come out with your families. We have the right environment. It's a controlled environment for yourself and your families. And to come out and support the game and to support the initiatives that we will put forward to the BVI as a whole. So I want to say, please come out on March 9th to support the game at 10 o'clock and the game at 2 p.m. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Digicel for coming forward for the second year. To thank Rotong Wholesale for coming on board as well on short notice. And Najiko as usual.
I noticed you left them for last, so I thought you were going to forget
I tend to take a back seat and to recognize the other sponsors who have come forward to make cricket possible.
Absolutely. Okay, let me as well thank you, Mr. President, for coming on today. I know you got a lot of other things that you had to do to take the time out to be on air. Along with him, of course, was the Vice President of the Cricket Association, Mr. Gordon French, the PRO, so thank him for coming along. Of course, the defending champions, the Vincies, they had Tamika, Johnson, Olivier on here as well, so thank her for being on. Also we had Adolphus here from the Seventh-day Adventist, and last but not least, not Hugo, but Hubert Wong. Although he speaks like Hugo. So we take a pause for a cause. When we come back, on to basketball. Stick and stay right back after word from our sponsors.
Sports Desk is sponsored by Lime, the better, faster 4G network.